If you've ever gotten ahead of yourself, you're in the right place.
If you carry a firearm and discharge your weapon in self-defense, you could face hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees and expenses. So carry the protection of CCW Safe, Self-Defense Legal Services membership. Upfront payment of all criminal and civil defense costs with no out-of-pocket for members. Unlimited defense budgets, unmatched legal expertise. Carry the same level of support police officers have. Carry CCW Safe, the highest caliber.
What's up, FTFers? JJ coming at you. I literally got out of order, and the reason that I got out of order, how I got ahead of myself, was I got my in-person classes confused with my online content. So I apologize for that, because our last video was actually a zero video, and this video should have come first. Now this is one that I botched up. I just got ahead of myself, and I wanted to go back and I wanted to make this video because you've bought your rifle, you've built your rifle, and the question is, well, what now? What do I need to buy now? I think the problem is that, you know, first time builders or buyers, they look online and they see guys like me that have really expensive spotting scopes, and they have lead sleds and AR-500 steel and plate carriers and helmets and chest rigs and all kind of stuff. And the thing is, you need to stop. You don't need to buy all that stuff. Most of us have been doing this for a long time, and we have accumulated a lot of stuff that helps us, not just specifically to this one platform, because we probably, more than likely, have multiple platforms, all kinds of calibers for different mission profiles and for hunting and sports shooting and all the things, right? If you're just trying to put together an SHTF budget rifle build, you don't need all that stuff. Okay, the spotting scope, go look up how much one of those things cost. This one's a Zeiss. I'll give you a hint there. You could buy 2 or 3 rifles for the price of just the spotting scope. You know, the lead sled, that's a couple $100. I mean, seriously, how much ammo could you buy for that? How many rifle classes could you go to for that price? You don't need the spotting scope, okay? You don't need the lead sled. As far as supporting the weapon while you're shooting, you can just use a bag. You can use your backpack. You don't even have to have the fancy sandbags and stuff that you see us use. You don't need all that stuff, okay? The industry is trying to take all of your money, all right? So just stop. The purpose of today's video is I've been taking you on a journey with this rifle, and I needed to back up just a little bit and show you where you should be with the rifle. So we built the rifle, we have zeroed the rifle. Now it's kind of a question of, well, what should I buy now? Like, what are the things that I need? All right, so let's just start at the top, all right, of the things that you actually need. Number one, you're gonna need some kind of bag to carry it around, all right? If you're gonna go to ranges, if you're gonna, you know, go to your friend's house or wherever it is that you're gonna go shoot the rifle, you need a bag. Don't be the guy that is walking with a weapon open in public at a shooting range or something. I promise you, you won't be able to go there pretty soon. So make sure that you have a bag. Now this one is a Drago. I've had it for a long time. I did look it up though. You can purchase one for $93 on Amazon right now. And this is a really cool rifle bag. It's got lots of general purpose pockets. I can keep 4 mags up here. I can keep my earpro in here. All the things that we're about to go over, everything that you would need to take to the range will fit into that bag, and it will secure everything nicely. And it's only $93. You also have the ability to add stuff to it because it has the MOLLE webbing on it. So if you want to put GP pouches or something like that, you've got that freedom with the bag. You can carry it with a carry handle. They've got the straps so you can wear it like a backpack. And it also comes with a sling if you want to sling the rifle. They even have it where you can put 2 rifles into one of these bags. This is just the single one. But the goal for me with this series was I basically kind of wanted to put together a SOP mod kit. And a lot of you guys probably don't know what that is, but it's basically everything that we would need for a mission in one place. Because this is not my primary rifle. I already have all of this stuff that I'm taking you on this journey with. This is for me to hand off to somebody, and later in the series we're going to do that. We're going to hand it to somebody like Jason, and then we're going to go find some pros out there and have them roast this setup and see what they think of it. So I'm just pretty excited about going through the whole process and then seeing where we end up, and then getting other people's advice for things that we need to add or potentially take away from it too. But the number one thing is you need a bag. So get a bag, be responsible, protect your girl. All right, the next thing is going to be earpro. Now, I'm not a one of these guys that does the do as I say, not as I do thing. I use Howard lights. They're inexpensive. I looked them up, $53. You can buy some of these. They do have amplified hearing, which is awesome because you feel like Superman. You can hear people talking about you from a long way away. And they have noise canceling feature as well. And you can hook your phone into it or whatever if you want to. Don't spend a ton of money on your earpro yet. Just get yourself something like a set of Walkers or the Howard lights and you'll be fine. Now make sure that you also have some kind of iPro as well. Make sure they are rated for shooting. I just wear my Oakleys because they are rated for that. And I'm more than likely gonna have my sunglasses on me. What are you doing, Kratos? Go away, man, I'm trying to film. Somehow he got out of the house. Whatever, he's here. What's I talking about? earpro, iPro. Yeah, get something that's rated, and I'm more than likely gonna have my sunglasses on me than actual, iPro that I purchased to look cool at the range. I mean, just wear rated sunglasses and it'll make it easy. Another thing too is you're gonna need some kind of gloves. Now, I actually had some people make a comment in the last video, why are you wearing those gloves? Because they look kind of weird for a shooter. Now, I'll be honest with you, I normally do wear different gloves when I'm shooting. Typically, I just wear mechanics gloves, and I cut off the index finger and the thumbs to give me a little bit more dexterity. But I thought for this specific project, because these are actually gloves that go in my survival kit, in my backpack, and I thought, well, I don't want to be carrying multiple gloves around with me if I can get away with it. And plus, you need to be learning how to shoot with a full size glove on. And I don't just mean, thin Durahide gloves like this. I mean like actual winter gloves, depending on where you are. And that's one thing I love about AKs. They have such a generous trigger guard area on them. I love AKs for that. I did extend the trigger guard on this AR for that specific purpose, but I'm trying it out. I'm trying to learn how to shoot with gloves on. So that's why I bought these gloves for this kit. There's a very specific reason for it later on in the series. But the main thing that you need to know is have some kind of gloves. All right, so let's move on to the next thing. Some kind of tourniquet. I prefer the cat tourniquets myself. Having been a former EMT, you need to have one, at least one, and then you need to make sure that you have your trauma kit with you as well. I'm gonna do a video on that later on in the series, like what kind of safety stuff do you need, first aid stuff do you need on you. So look forward to that in an upcoming video. But whenever I go shooting, no matter where I go, I always have a tourniquet on me, and usually I have multiples of tourniquets as well. I would suggest just starting out though, just get one. That's really all you need to start off with. All right, the next thing, at the beginning of this series, I encourage you to get 4 magazines. Now I do have 4 magazines, here, here, and here, and I have one in here. Now this right here is a G-code Scorpion soft shell mag holder. All right, and you'll notice that on the back of it, it has this tech lock on the back of it. Now let's see, the G-code itself is $42, this thing right here, and then the tech lock is 10 bucks. And I added this paracord on there so that I could release the lock and it could be like super tactical. But we are gonna be training with this later on in the series, and I wanted something that I could put on my belt, not an actual duty belt, on my belt that I wear all the time. And this is gonna give us a lot more capability when we're training. So I would highly suggest that you get one of these. Now you can go Kiwi. Matter of fact, there's a lot of them out there that are really good. But just starting out, I would suggest that you just get one of these. All right, don't buy a bunch of them just yet. Hold off on that because we are going to be training with our 4 mags, and that's going to be the one that I would suggest for you. You can also stack them, like if you're running your sidearm, for example. You can stack another clamshell on the face of this, one of these soft shells. I really like them. This is what I use in classes. They're great, you know, but you know, just pick wisely. But I would have at least one. If you don't have one of those, that's okay. Use a pocket. All right, I do a lot of training just by, you know, throwing one of these magazines in my pocket. I mean, quite literally, I can grab it pretty fast too. And in a defensive scenario, let's say you were at home and you're in your pajamas, I mean, what are you gonna grab? You're gonna grab your rifle. You're not gonna have time to, you know, put all the kit on and look super cool for the guy that's coming to harm you and your family and steal your stuff. So anyway, just food for thought, something to think about. Along with that, I would say, go ahead and invest in some kind of shot timer. Now this one, let me see how much I paid for this one. I actually went and looked it up on Amazon. I paid $125 for it. This is a Competition Electronics Pocket Pro 2. It does all the things that I need to do from a training standpoint. I can do all my part times. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to cover here in the future. Having a shot timer is a force multiplier when it comes to your training. And this is an entry-level one that will last for a long time. I don't even know how many years I've had this one. She just keeps on rocking. So I would highly suggest that you get one of those. All right, let's see. What else is on the list here? Oh yeah, another thing that you might need are specialty tools for your weapon itself. Like this is an AR front sight tool. All right, how are you gonna adjust the front sight on your weapon if you don't have one of these? You're just gonna use like your multi-tool or whatever. I mean, I've seen guys do weird things in the field, but it sure helps when you have something like this on you, especially if you're going to zero your rifle. So, you know, if your optics require special tools, if the gun requires special tools, like maybe you have an adjustable gas block, for example, and you have to put a tool from the front of the gun and go through the handguard to adjust it. Well, how are you going to tune it without that tool? All right, so if you have any specific tools for the gun to maintain it or to just, you know, keep it running in the field, I would highly suggest that you keep those tools with you in that bag. Okay, another thing that helps me out a lot when I go to the range is just having some kind of magnification and the ability to range things. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is not one of these. This is not one of these, all right? This is a handheld monocular, and it actually, let's see, let me make sure that I say this correct for you. This is the Solo RT 8x36. Now it does have MRAD ranging capabilities, and that's something that you probably need to learn about. But this is actually a piece of kit, which y'all have seen before in previous videos, that I actually am putting into our Minuteman kit. I actually consider this to be part of this rifle. This has a lot to do with PID, being able to see things from a distance and being able to identify them. That's why I have this. So I actually consider this to be part of this. Even though I have a magnifier on the gun, I want that 8 times magnification just so I can see a long way away. And if I need to address the target, then I can switch to the weapon itself. So that's something that you might consider. Now, I think I forgot the actual price. What did I actually pay for it? $150 off of Amazon. Okay, the last thing that I have for you today is some kind of ammo box. Now you'll notice this one says 5.56. I think it says M200 blanks on it probably. All right, this is not the actual correct box, but I went to a military surplus store and I purchased this box. It is one of the metal ones, and it is, you know, it's got the 5.56 written on it, so I know what is actually in the box. And this was used. I purchased it used. I didn't pay a lot of money for it. I don't even remember what I actually paid for it back in the day, but they are not that expensive, and taking care of your ammo is a big deal. And I would highly suggest that you stay away from plastic. Get the metal ones, get the good ones. Your ammo, the food that the gun eats, is really important. All right, guys, so at this point, that is everything that you need for this gun. Now understand, we're not done. There's things that we're gonna do in future videos in this series that we're gonna talk about. That's having spare parts for the gun. What if you break a bolt or an extractor, or something happens with your gas block or your gas tube? There are different failure points that are on this weapon, and there are certain things that you're gonna need to keep in store just in case the end of the world does happen and you need to fix your rifle on the fly. And that includes the tools to actually do it. Just because you bought a weapon that was already together doesn't mean that you might not have to fix this tool later on your own. So those are future videos that are coming up. If you want to see them, let me know in the comments section, because I'm definitely going to make them happen anyway. There's also a lot of other stuff that I have in store for you, things that I'm going to be learning about as well. Like, I have never purchased a suppressor for an AR-15, and I've never messed with the buffer system on it or a BCG tuning that. I do have an adjustable gas system on it right now, and I'm doing a lot of research right now into buffer weights and springs and types and different suppressors, and we're gonna have a lot of content coming up about that. I'm actually really excited about that part of this build. So if you're excited about it, let me know in the comments. All in all, this has been a really awesome journey for me so far. I've enjoyed it. It's been different for me because I have a lot of this support stuff already. But everything that I have purchased for this series has come out of my own pocket. Nobody has helped me. We don't have like channel sponsors. No one's buying our ammo or anything like that. So it's been kind of exciting for me to go down that road, and I'm taking care of everything inside of this book. Now, inside of this book, understand that I'm also keeping up with my dope. I'm keeping up with the different ammo choices that I've purchased and how much that cost. And at the end of this entire series, we're gonna be able to add it up all the way out. I mean, to the penny of what was spent on this entire project, so you'll know what to expect if you want to go down this road. So if you're Hunting Smack digging the content, like, share, subscribe, leave me a snide remark in the comment section, y'all. Keep fueling those fires.